Yeah, I think that was when my love for cooking started, just baking with my mom or just watching her bake. Hi, my name is Viola. I live in Indonesia, in Jakarta. My husband is from here. We have 2 kids. When I was a child, I still remember sitting on my mother's kitchen counter, licking the whisks of cream, and that's how it started. But I have such a rich cultural background that I got the German side from my mom and the Italian side from my dad, and so I grew up eating all these amazing foods and also learning how to cook them, because we would cook them together as a family very often. I even had a cake shop once with my friends because I love baking cakes, and it's just something that seems to be in my genetics. I've always loved to create with my hands. I've always loved to create things that other people can enjoy, and even though it takes so long and it's eaten so fast, it's such a joy to create food that tastes good and makes people happy. So the first time I actually came across the Thermomix was in my aunt's kitchen. She can bake like no one else. Like, she makes the best cakes. I don't know why she didn't become a pastry chef, but it's just so natural to her. But she's always had a Thermomix at home, the old one. I don't know which version it is, but she had it for like 30 years and that thing still worked, And so that was the first time I came across it. So I was always really intrigued about how the Thermomix can cook and blend and keep temperature at the same time. And so you can cook things that are usually more complicated for, if you cook it like over water or like a bain-marie or something. And there are recipes that I would just never try making because they're so complicated. But with the help of the Thermomix, it just becomes so easy. So that's one of the things why I really wanted to have one, and yeah, really excited about that feature actually. I was actually, in the beginning, I was a bit overwhelmed because it has so many amazing features that I had to completely wrap my head around cooking in a different way. Like, suddenly you can temperature control, it stirs at the same time, you can even cook things at the same time, like partly in the bottom part, and you can put a top part on it and it steams at the same time. And for me, I had to really read myself into the recipes, on the recipe base, and just figure out like, oh, this is what you can actually do with it. So because of its overwhelming amount of features, it takes a while to get used to, but it's just so cool what you can do at the same time. One of my favorite actually is quite simple, but it just reminds me of my childhood so much. It's called Milchreis in German, and it's in English it would be milk rice. And so you just basically cook a short grain rice like sushi rice in milk and sugar, and it takes quite a long time to cook and become really creamy and sweet and gooey. And usually you would have to stand at the stove for almost an hour just stirring because you don't want the milk to boil over. And with the Thermomix now, I can just cook this. I put everything in, I leave, I come back, it's done. So it has made it really easy, and this is one of the simple little things that I enjoy, yeah. There are some really great recipes in there, especially what I love about it is that it's so international. So I can look up Malaysian nasi lemak and at the same time, or Italian risotto, or German steamed dumplings, and such a vast database of recipes, and that's what I love about it. And you can actually find recipes like peanut butter, and then you can look through different peanut butter recipes and see which one suits you best, So I really like making peanut butter because Daniel, my husband, loves peanut butter, and I don't want him to eat the things that are full of preservatives or palm oil and so on. So it's really great to know I can do that with the Thermomix from scratch, and it's much healthier. And also I can recommend making the yogurts, and following the cookie dough is really great in that, because you know exactly which steps to take, what temperature to set to have the perfect fermentation temperature for your yogurt. One word to describe the Thermomix: it is super precise.